Stream is live. We're live.
We'll do it
Watch
live.
what y'all say now.
I say we just don't know Amrit is.
That is true.
We think he's
Yep.
dead.
Somewhere in the abyss.
Very unalive.
Yeah, that boy died and went straight to hell. His soul
mean,
went
you're not
straight
wrong.
down.
I don't know if you can go to hell without a soul if you're a clone.
I don't.
Whoa.
Oh god.
That got
oh,
deep.
No. That opens a whole
yo.
other box.
No, but like, you know, some people was like, it's like a toss up. You're like in the middle, but some people, it just goes straight down.
I don't think Almroot would go immediately there.
I
He
mean,
might, not
given,
be, he might not be telling you everything.
say, given where you were
Right.
born and what influences you had, you're pretty damn good.
I've literally burned a church down. So
See?
So the arsony was true.
yeah, it was in session 0. Remember?
Alleged. No.
Allegedly, hypothetically.
Dead men tell no tales, Amroot.
Hypothetically, no, it's like OJ. If you say hypothetically, like no one doesn't matter what else you say, just hypothetically. And if you haven't seen the interview, it's fucking hilarious because he's
Oh,
basically
no.
saying he did it, but he slows. So hypothetically, I was like in her room. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, shut
Hypothetically,
up.
I was.
You already beat the case. Shut up. It's the funniest interview. It's like it was like 2 years ago, I think.
Oh god.
Audience, look that up too.
My roommates had this party last night, brought all this cheesecake to the house. I feel so weird today from eating so much cheesecake.
Sugar overload.
You're living your best life, man.
I
Yeah.
really am.
Was it like different flavors?
Yeah, one was like a Biscoff cheesecake.
A who?
It's like a ginger cookie crust.
Ooh.
They usually serve those types of cookies on airlines, if you ever have done that.
Oh, like ginger snaps?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Pretty
And
good.
they, like put that on the crust? Like that's the crust of it? It's like ginger snap? That's
Yeah,
the
they
crust?
they crush it up and then reform it into the crust.
Might be on something.
One was a pistachio one, but
Yeah, no.
I don't really mess with that.
Yeah, that's no.
We waiting on anything in particular, or do we just want to know more about? We can start talking about pastries and desserts. I'm down for that because
Didn't know if we were doing some server tests.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling all right. And let's go ahead and do a quick roll call. I mean, almost everybody's talking, but just making it fresh. Who's first in chat? Average.
Yup.
Busy.
Hi.
Cake.
yes,
Cloudy.
I am here.
Sakura.
Me too.
Sweet. I'm going to go ahead and roll that intro. See you guys in 30 seconds. Excellent, excellent. Wait, are you guys on this page or no? You're probably not. Yeah, I moved you there. Cool. See, I know what I'm doing. All right. So, anyways, I believe Sakura that you said you would handle the recap this weekend.
Yes, sir. So, after we left off last time, it had been a long ass evening, and now the night will likely prove to be far too short. Phoenix walks through the streets of Icarus as if she owns them, the evening's events playing in her mind's eye. How her cousin Vincent had tried to make a play at Judith. How Sora had nailed his tormented soul in her painting of him. Lewis had given real words of wisdom from his own past in an attempt to help the guy. But her family remains in crisis. Her cousin Laszlo, dead. But he wasn't the only one. Amrit was dead too. Phoenix pushes open the door of the Merchants Guild. It's after hours, and those that don't have family, or those that have family wish they didn't, have gathered to shoot the breeze and talk shop. When she enters, Phoenix is greeted by the customary "long time no sees, how's life treating you?" and "what the hell is that?" when she places the severed head of Jenkins on the table. She knows these games as she plays them. She smiles, nods, feigns a "it's great to see you too," and says all is well, choosing to be mum about what she's really been up to, how she's fought Mouthers, that she lost a beloved mentor, and that the whole planet is doomed in about 6 months' time if Palm gets her way. Instead, she asks who is headed out in the morning. She finds out who's got room for 2 more. She throws in a "you know Syndra's cooking is legendary," but leaves out the "Vidi is in trouble." It takes her a good hour before she procures a deal. Passage for 2. They will work for their keep all the way to the Fairlands, and Phoenix pays, heavily, in gold. Secrecy and speed comes at a price. She just hopes this caravan reaches its destination. She looks at Jenkins's head on the table and mutters, "Who needs money for a stupid proc anyway? I've got you." She lifts his head, draping the cut conduits over the back of her arm, talking to him as is her habit. "Amrit said he'd be fine. He said he'd watch over you. What happened?" Gathering her things, she exhaled and wondered what sort of things her beloved invention had seen as she headed back into the streets. Indeed, Jenkins had witnessed the whole thing. Well, sorta not really. He witnessed everything until he got between Amrit and Terma's sword. Terma, that pink copy of Amrit. Or is Amrit the purple copy of Terma? No one seems to know at this point. Anyway, Terma had come to the Highland Harpy to end Amrit. He seemed to possess some sort of power to throw Amrit around like a rag doll. Amrit told Jenkins to stay out of it, and he did, until Amrit was dead on the counter. Terma enjoyed toying with Amrit, bringing him back just so he could kill him again. Jenkins declared Amrit his friend. He tried to intervene, but Terma made quick work of him. Soon, Phoenix arrives at Griffin's Head, where Vincent is holed up. She gives him the time, place, and other instructions for the morning. She apologizes for shooting him, and they have a rare moment of peace. "This is your chance, Vinny. Your chance to get out of this hellhole and start fresh." Just for good measure, she adds, "Also, that redhead you fancy works in the Fairlands. Maybe if you make a respectable man out of yourself, you'll snag a date." She hugs him, tells him to not lose that picture Sora painted, and adds a "I love you, loser," before heading down the stairs. On her way out, she gives 1 more gold to the owner to ensure Viddy's privacy for the night. Alone with her thoughts and the severed head of her automaton once more, she makes her way through the streets. Though they be less crowded, there's still plenty of people, as the city never sleeps. Phoenix's mind drifts back to what Sora had said, that it was reported to her that Terma didn't actually deliver the final blow, that thanks to Dondo's quick speed and intervention, Amrit appeared to be stable, but Nikita had instead been the one to seal Amrit's fate. Nikita had, quote, "watched over him," then disappeared off the cliff. Amrit had told the group about her, even wanted her to come along with them so they could keep an eye on her. God, they managed to screw this up big time. How could everything go so incredibly wrong in such a short time? Now in the small courtyard of her home she grew up in, Phoenix pauses. That bench. Laszlo would lay atop that bench, hiding from the chores that his mother had for them inside. He would stare at the sliver of sky that could be seen between the buildings of Icarus. He would tell Phoenix such inventive and absurd stories about how one day they would be amongst the clouds, and she would accuse him of being on the shrooms again. She places her hand on the bench and says her goodbyes. She briefly knocks on the door to warn those within that she was incoming. It was past midnight now, but she knew they'd be awake. She enters the kitchen to find Pascal and Sindra on one side of the table with Frankie across from them. She gives her report, how, thanks to her team's effort, they were able to reach Vidson just in time, that he's been put up safe for the night. She takes Sindra's hands in her own despite the size difference. Laszlo is gone, she says, but we may yet still save Vid. I have procured passage for you and him to the Fairlands. Sindra begins to object, but Phoenix insists. You chose to love me when my own flesh and blood couldn't be bothered. You gave me a fighting chance, a family, and now I'm repaying the favor. She continues to pass on the plan, who to meet, where to meet, and when. She adds that the Fairlands aren't far from the academy and she'll be dropping in from time to time for a home-cooked meal. She hands Sindra a coin pouch. This will get you on your feet. Hide it well from Vidsend and the caravan you're with. You will be working for your keep. They don't know you have it. Eventually, Sindra concedes and goes to her room to pack. Phoenix passes the wee hours of the morning with Paz, Frankie, and a good hard drink. Meanwhile, at the highest point of the city, unbeknownst to Phoenix, there is a workshop, a laboratory, where something expensive, something miraculous is happening. Amrit's eyes blink open. His ears register the voice of a crazy gnome by the name of Clamdor. Amrit is alive. A letter from Nikita details that out of her love for him, she had orchestrated the whole thing. She had bought him some time out from under the anger and obsession of Terma, paying for it with time from her own life. After Clamdor admonishes him to be on time to class, Amrit makes his descent into the city. And somewhere down in that city as the sun rises, Phoenix says her farewells to two of her family members. She vows to make that thug Grill pay for what he did to her family. One way or another, she's gonna pay him back. She turns and enters her childhood home, likely for the last time. The end.
That was amazing. 1d2 plus 1.
I am forgetting how to do that.
/r space 1d2 plus 1.
Thank you.
You got it. All right. Speaking of you being at the house. Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right. Thank you all for joining me for another episode of Phantoms of the Past, episode 21. And if you've enjoyed what you watched so far, it's only going to go up from here. Now, Phoenix, you are in your family home. Eventually, of course, you can't stay there forever. You'd set out to leave, locking down the place for one last time. The moment you open the door, however, you see a few thugs just standing around. They're all by yourself.
Did she recognize any of them?
You've seen them around. But considering the situation, you're all too familiar with who they likely belong to.
He's not home.
The one over here in front, Thunder, he didn't say anything to you. He just goes. the thugs you see behind him, they're just kind of fingering the daggers at their side. thumbing him and stuff and looking at you. And Sunder just kind of nods. And you see they get a little bit closer. Then he lifts his hands up and seemingly stopping as if someone's telling him not to, and a voice next to the door says to you, "So they're gone. You sent them away?"
You need to clarify who you're talking about. I said Paz. Paz isn't home. She's gonna step through the door and like lock it behind her. Oh.
You see this guy stand up and look at you. It looks like he's gonna stand up, and that's when you realize he's a Goliath. And he's seated still. He's just as tall as a person normally is. He turns and looks at you. He says to you, "News in this city travels fast. Eyes on the streets always reach the bottom before the top. Seems like you spoiled something that belonged to me, something that was mine."
Oh, really? Sorry.
"Yeah. Sorry. That's a word you'll come to know too good."
Do you need me to define it for you? I can do that if you like.
"No. Your friends, however, that's a different story. Thunder, when you pull her neck off her shoulders, preserve it. We'll send it to them as a gift." And you see this big dude's walking towards you.
She's going to try to just slip past.
Give me-
Not like running, but just trying to act like none of this bothers her. She ain't scared.
So you just kind of walk past him, and you see Sunder lift up his battle axe and kind of block your way. And the thugs look around for any Sky Knights, make sure there's none in the area, and they kind of give the okay. And as he lifts his weapon up, you see that it turns red, like it's on fire. Maybe Sunder is a magic user, and you see Grill's just sitting there smiling. But as it turns a cast iron red, Sunder's like, "Ugh," drops the weapon. And walking up next to you is Creed, who casts heat metal on it. And with him, of course, you see Grills see these two individuals walk up, and he nods to Sunder, who takes a step back. "Seems like you've got good friends, good company, but maybe not always."
Seems like you need to do better research.
Then walks over to you, Phoenix, and goes, "These your friends?" Now, a lot of times he would be sarcastic, but he's genuinely curious.
Nope, can't say they've ever done anything good for me.
"Well, if they're the bully type, then let's get you out of here. I'm too tired to kick their ass, but I will." He looks at them and goes, "Ugh," with his face.
Yeah, save your energy. They ain't worth it. They're just little peas in the pod.
You see Grill doesn't say anything. He just kind of sits there petting his blood hawk. And then you see him open up a tiny box, and he's feeding it fingers. And Creed just goes, let's get out of here before things get really serious. Let's get a move on, shall we?" "Yeah, let's do that."
You might want to be out of here before Paz gets back, just FYI.
See, you don't see him smiling as he walks away, but Dondo gives him the middle finger, and he just kind of goes, "Huh." And his thugs watch you guys walk off.
When we get far enough away from their earshot, Phoenix is gonna turn to Dondo. "Thank you so much. I might have been able to take them, but I kind of doubt it."
Yeah, that one dude's scary. You see the mark on his chest. I've seen that before. Yeah. It started in Helm River Watch, according to my old man. Not my real old man. My real old man's dead, of course. Sora's dead. So that hand in Helm Riverwatch, they used to be called the Black Hand, but it changed to the Bloody Hand. That guy's related loosely to this palm. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Think of him like a cultist, I suppose. I mean, Palm probably doesn't know the guy exists. Some loser put the mark on his chest. But that mark is the Bloody Hand, yeah. That's them, all right.
Hey, Dando, I'm curious. I'd kind of like to put Grill out of his misery. You think
I knew
maybe
it.
in the future you'd be interested in joining me and your sister and a couple other people and teaching them a lesson?
Listen, I'm getting sick and tired of beating up my sister. I'll do it. Wait, hold on. Does he know Stunning Strike? I don't go after people that know Stunning Strike.
I know, he's a little big. I don't think he's too quick, but he's probably strong.
Yeah, well, I bet you I'll be bigger when our fight starts.
Cool, it's a deal. Before we leave this town and go back to the academy, I can't wait to pay him back for what he did to my family. Oh, Creed, don't worry about it. You don't have to come.
No, I can't believe I heat metal that guy's weapon. I'm a badass.
Oh yeah, since when did you know how to do heat metal? I'm kind of impressed, Creed.
Oh, when we went on that mission, you see, of course. Let me tell you all about it. And this is going to be a long lecture that he gets into. Ultimately, he tells you that it's not really heat metal. It's a rune power he learned when he was journeying and discovered the other gate, the other Guido's gate that they closed. Back before you guys all got sent to the temple to close another one. He tells you he picked it up there. Now you can make stuff catch on fire and heat weapons and similar.
Well, hey, there's some hope for you after all.
But yeah, so you guys walk back. Daniel's just kind of keeping an eye out for them. You think that if you said the word, that he would have just threw down right then and there. But it's probably better since you guys don't have everybody. But we will come back to you as you journey. I'm assuming you're heading straight to the Highland, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah, I would go back to the Harpy. She had told everybody she'd go there in the morning.
Excellent. Now we'll go back to the Harpy. You'll be there really soon. Get you guys a copy to make sure there's an eye over there. Are the rest of you at the Harpy, or are you in the city? Are you doing other stuff? What's going on with the rest of you?
Sora would be at the Harpy.
Same.
Yeah,
After all the insanity.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I'll put you guys on the map. Delete this one. 3 of you guys are at the Harpy at the moment. I'm putting you somewhere random, but obviously just go wherever the hell you want once you get on the map. There now. I'm gonna grab the AFKI for Emran.
So this is the next morning.
Yeah, this is the next day, yes. All right, Average, can you view now with this here, or do I need to change it?
I can see.
Excellent. So it's the next morning. If you want, you could even take time to tell me how your night went. It's really entirely up to you. If you want to briefly touch on the night beforehand, you did just lose a friend, or if you want to just settle the next day. Because right now, none of you guys are aware that Average is alive yet, or his character's alive, more appropriate.
Hope I'm alive.
No, you're done for.
Sora would have had a very sleepless night, just tossing and turning constantly until unable to just feeling just suffocated, even in such like a nice place. She eventually, in the middle of the night, just ventures out of the Harpy, coming to this little wooden platform here and just sitting down, one leg draped over the edge, and just holding her staff and just looking out into the stars and the moon until eventually she's still really unable to sleep, but just kind of is finding herself staring out into space come morning.
As you kind of the dark of the night, and even in the sunrise when it shines, there's this void, I'd imagine, within you. Are you completely blaming yourself?
Sora's always seen people around her so fast, so strong, so quick to action. She did not know the time exactly, but she had felt she had gave it her all, trying to get here as fast as she could. And she feels she was too slow. She was disconnected from someone that mattered to her most, unable to be there for when it mattered most. So she shoulders a lot of blame and feels this deep melancholy for being unable to be there for her friend at the end.
You think you meditated out here even well into the morning, or?
With how difficult it was to sleep and to do any of those, she would fall back to what she knew best. And looking up into the stars, she would eventually cross her legs and press her fists against each other, bringing out both thumbs into this meditative stance as they press together. And she closes her eyes. Moon, show me a gentler path.
And maybe it's a dream. It's kind of hard to tell the difference whether you're awake or not. The memory's kind of blurred, but the clouds that are just kind of breezing on by, one of them looks like you, but far more muscular, more glowing, more animalistic. Surprising amount of details in the cloud that the moon shines on. But just as you look and double take it, it's gone. But you saw a you that could be strong enough to protect everyone. You that will not fail to get there on time. Maybe it's just you working a way into your mind that you'll be better next time. Maybe it's really what will be the next time. Whatever the case is, it certainly felt personal, as though the moon spoke to you.
This understanding, some peace comes, but now is still time for her to figure out what to do with all this sorrow left behind. There's no ocean here to give Amrut a funeral she would give to her dearest friend. But there is the next best thing. She would gather together some canvas and a candle, where she makes this tiny little lantern and draws the image of a tiefling man in black ink on his face, and will gently push it out into the air, this just singular little lantern going into the sky. May the winds guide us together again, my dear friend. Ilanan, Amrut.
It rises and rises and rises, and the wind takes it in the journey. Probably going to see more places in the world than you've explored, but not more than you will explore. In any case, as it reaches and the sun shines in our eyes, we find ourselves within the Harpy with two people at the bar. That is Judith Bloom and Lewis. What are the two of you up to?
I think like a quick from from last night, I think, because Judith was walking there ahead of everybody, so she would have gotten there and like, spent time to like investigate like the whole crime scene, what was left, and like kind of put the pieces back together based on like the stories that she kind of heard and what she can see, you know. And then also she would have gone to the little directory thing, and looked up for like looking for it, like looked for a library, and also looked for a bank, and then when everyone would kind of come through, like she would have like a little tea for them, something to have, something soothing. But she would have gotten a pretty good night's sleep. Not good as in like it's like whatever, but it's like she's just a fully rested individual. By the morning.
Then I guess since we are touching on nights, Lewis, before you got to the bar, which I'm assuming eventually the two of you will wind up here. What did you do last night handling the news? Especially knowing now that you're supposed to be the teacher. You're trying to fill some pretty big boots and stuff. I mean, not trying, but you've been placed in some pretty big boots.
Lewis finally making it back to the tavern for the night after all of the insanity that happened throughout the day. Just immediately makes his way to one of the whatchamacall? What are they called? Hammocks? Goes into one of the hammocks and just kind of sits off onto the side. Pulls out an old screwdriver with Clemdor's symbol on it, and slowly starts making fine attunements to the various joints in his arm, fixing, trying to do what he can to manage the twitching that occurred after he dealt considerable damage to it, and gets into like a sort of trance as he goes through the motions like he normally used to. And as he does, various memories of Amrit with the group flash through his mind of when they first met against Hyperion, of meeting again back at the academy, of working together to beat that ball match, one of their first challenges together, of going through that temple, of all of them finally making it back to the academy again and stepping through the gate. His mind, as he's going through this memories, eventually fades to black, as Lewis is just standing in a black void, and a voice echoes to him in the back of his mind. The voice of a dragon that held all of his grief, that would forever to continue to remind him of his grief. You were given the responsibility to protect all of them, and yet you can't even do that. Oh, nothing more than a useless old man. And to think you were once a hero. Lois just blinks his eyes as he is brought back to reality once again, finally managing to bring his arm back to a somewhat operable position, and slowly tucks himself into bed, pulling over the cover for the hammock, and takes a deep breath as he tries to fall asleep. But one last thing from that damn dragon continues to echo in the back of his mind as he drifts off into a dream. All you need to do is give up control. Just for a little bit more power. And that is the last he remembers, before the day eventually shines.
When you wake up, Lewis, briefly, Which arm is mechanical? Your left or right?
It is Lewis's right.
So your left hand has scales on it, and it's draconic in nature, but it still looks like a humanoid arm, not a dragon arm. More like a dragonborn or lizard folk. But when you look at it, you see it retracts, almost like liquid going down the drain, but being absorbed into your skin. Maybe it's a trick of the mind.
He kind of just like blinks for a moment, looking at his arm, and just like, what in the? Just like uses his mechanical to just like rub against it really quickly. But when nothing really happens, he just blinks for a moment, and remembering what happened yesterday, his eyes just go soft. His eyes trail to the bottle, the flask that's always on his waist, filled with the donkey's ass alcohol, and promptly downs it before heading out for the day.
All right, when you put your cup down and get ready to head out, Judith is there next to you. Do you engage her at all? Or you just kind of grab your drink and bounce?
He doesn't say anything, just seats himself down and makes himself a cup of hot water.
All right. And Judith, do you engage him, or you just, since he's doing his own thing, leave him?
No, I say, oh, good morning, Lewis.
Morning.
You really look like you slept too well. Obvious reasons. You doing okay?
About as well as I could be right now.
And what does
about
that
you?
mean? And what does that mean to you? It's kind of like, that's one of those answers where it's kind of an answer, but also a no answer. Do you know what I mean?
His eyes just like trail to her for a moment as he finishes pouring his cup. Shitty. Then just starts sipping away at the water.
Good. Okay. There's a few things that I know a lot of times we talk about like our own character's thoughts and stuff like that, but Judith is one hell of a liar. So like it's almost like she's portraying what everyone would kind of feel of like what's happening here. But just so the viewers and Falcon know, she's not as distraught, because yes, Amron was her good friend, but at the same time, he's a clone. And if he was able to come up from, like, her whole process is behind it is just like, there's a way to get him back, or to get his body, her spirit back from the something. There's like ways that she's like trying to figure things out, but doesn't want to like unleash on everybody right now, and it's just like chilling back and just trying to be there for everyone around. So when you say shitty, she won't press any further. But yeah, she'll move on. It's less denial and more of it's denial, but also always trying to come up with a problem or with the answer, especially because she's not telling everyone about the conversation she had with Amber, or with the pink poppy Terma.
Excellent. And at that point in time, moving things along, Phoenix, you'd arrive here with everyone else, and you can kind of see Sora in the distance. I'm not sure if she'd gather back or continue to meditate and relax. But you do see it's here, and it's as you'd expect. The tone's pretty quiet and stuff.
Well, if Phoenix sees Sora, she'd go try to sit down next to her. Sorry, I didn't see you on the map. There you are.
Yeah, she's falling.
I'm just gonna work.
Ignore the weapon crate too.
She, approach and like purposefully make her footsteps a little louder than they would be just so she doesn't startle you. Could you use any company?
I always appreciate your company, Phoenix.
She sits down. Thank you for what you tried to do for my family. I appreciate that.
Of course. I mean, you are my family, so they are mine. I only wish to protect them, same as you.
That's really sweet of you. Dando, your brother, like, really helped me out. He's not bad, Sora.
You should try sparring with him sometimes. He forgets ribs take time to heal.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't want to try that, but,
But yes, he is very protective, and he will fight for people he loves to the end.
I kinda need to let everybody know that I'm on girls' radar now, so, yeah.
Well, Grill is on our radar now.
Yeah, I was kinda reluctant to accept this little group we were assigned, but I don't know, y'all are growing on me.
I wonder what goes through his mind. We are trying to stop the end of the world, which is his as well. And he chooses to almost go about a way of making it easier by ruining things in your normal life.
Well, Dando pointed something out to me. He's got this giant red handprint on his armor. Something to do with Tom, I think. Wonder if he thinks he's going to survive because he's trying to follow her side. She probably doesn't know he exists, but you know how fanatics can be.
Desperation often can muddle the mind. Maybe he thinks this may be a way for him to live in a world where Palm will have no life whatsoever.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna try not dwell on that. I might start feeling sorry for him.
I think we actually should have some form of empathy even for people that try to hurt us. Because I look at the war coming, Phoenix. The sheer power that we are supposed to face. I'm starting to think maybe there's no conventional way to fight that power. Not through pure might alone. I think we may have to fight unconventionally. Fight while keeping kindness to our heart. For Palm has lost it in her own. And that may be our only way to beat the master of Malthus.
I admire your willingness and your ability to hold on to your kindness. It's a great part of what makes you you, Sora, and I hope you never lose that. I'm gonna confess, Girl didn't try to hurt my family. He did. He killed my cousin. And so I'm afraid I don't have that kindness in my heart for him, but I don't know.
I do not expect you to do anything, Phoenix. I will follow you whatever you decide to do. But I will always share my opinion that every person deserves kindness until that right is taken from them by their own choices.
And you know what? You're speaking up for yourself no matter what. I like that about you.
Besides, he can still be alive while I punch his face in over and over and over again.
I'd look forward to that. Are you and Dando gonna have like a punch off to see who can punch him the most?
Oh, that would be a very fun competition, and one I think he'd be very interested in.
It'll be neat to see the two of you working on the same team instead of sparring with each other.
I believe we can truly make quite the pair. The silver and gold. Okay, silver monkey, gold girl. I still haven't figured out why I'm not exactly like him.
I wouldn't give it too much thought.
Well, one clear difference that I've noticed is that he does not carry the light like I do. I carry both wind and the light. And light has always been this meaning of truth from what I have learned. I've always thought that the truth would set me free. But now I wonder, is there a truth that is hiding to keep me safe?
Good questions. Hopefully, we'll be able to find the answers.
I know if I keep you all with me, I will discover the history of my family, who I am, who they were, and what I will be.
She just nods her head.
You guys can hear a little bit of a ruckus from inside. Yes, so Phoenix is surrounded by 20 thugs, and I pull out my fireball, exempting her from harm, and I destroy them all. And you can ask Dando. Dando's just looking at this mark on the floor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is this girl naked? Oh no. I can't look at this. I'm a respectable warrior. And you see his neck, he turns. No! Mustn't look! And Creed's trying to tell people that there was an epic fight at your house, but no one's really listening to him.
Hey, you know, Creed, earlier when I said I think you'll go far,
Yes?
mean it. And I hope you'll stay there.
Of course, of course. I was just exaggerating a little bit. I know it wasn't too helpful. The part about the dragon flying over the house and shooting it out the sky was a bit excessive, I'll add.
Yeah, she's just going to ignore him and go over to Jenkins. She's still carrying his head around.
Oh, you managed to fell a dragon. Then you can help us fight the thugs.
No! Use the bathroom real quick.
And Sora would just tap Dondo on the shoulder and give him a quick hug. You can look at the floor, it's fine.
Yeah, got permission. And that's a girl, so if the girl said it's okay, then it's gotta be okay, right? So they're just looking at that.
That is my brother.
Alexia's not saying much. She just pouring you guys drinks if you want any. She seems to be preparing breakfast for her students and you guys as well. But another matter somewhere else, lend me your minds, because that's all I'll be needing at this very moment, is Amrit. Shift the tone to. Do I have anything that is...
What's the brightest track you have?
I don't know. I need something that's scary. And it's something that's bad.
I tried.
It's not good at all. So anyways, you were climbing, last time we were with you were climbing down Clamdor's mountaintop. Highest peak in all the city. You were making your way down from the mountain. At some point, you don't know when, you're just kind of on the floor. You know, it takes a lot coming back from the dead. And it's nothing to just scoff at or accept and move on. What you experienced in your time on the other side will stick with you forever. And I bet you're wondering what that is. Well, first, I would like a wisdom saving throw for your mind and memory, and a constitution saving throw for your body and soul.
Would you like an inspiration for one of those?
Yes.
I give you one. Use wisely.
Let's use it now.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, thank God.
So you can't remember where you went, but you know you went somewhere, and whatever it was insane. As you try to piece it all together, you realize that there's blood in your mouth, and you're on the floor. A goat is licking your face. Your body managed to survive being brought back to life. Something that should restore you to health, but even it's not perfect then. As you're just laying there getting licked in the face by this goat, something swoops overhead real fast, zooming by. It zooms by a few times, but it's been watching you. But what are you doing? You're just kind of laying on this mountaintop. You haven't made it that far down. What's going through your mind, I should say?
He's a little woozy, I think. And seeing that something's darting around, he's not sure what it is. He'll try and generally get the goat out of his face, and then kind of get up and try and find some cover, maybe.
So when you look at the goat, you're seeing like three of them, but after a while you see it's just one. Your vision's kind of your vision's like literally both blurred, and you're seeing almost as if there was a tint of red on everything. You can't see yourself, but I'll go ahead and describe yourself for your mind and for the others. Your eyes are so bulging with veins and blood and stress in them that someone would think that ketchup was squirted right into them. Your body looks like you're severely dehydrated. You're very bony, I should say. You think that'll restore to normal after a while. Well, actually, don't think anything. You haven't realized this yet. But we can hope it will restore to normal soon. In any case, as you get behind cover, which there is a big rock there, the thing swoops over again. Give me a perception check at disadvantage, since you're obviously not perceiving well right now.
Gotcha.
Can't see anything, and by the time you try to figure out what it is, probably have a weapon primed, I'd imagine. A voice behind you just goes, Emrat?
What now?
You turn and you see Nikita. You're okay. You're alive. I knew this would work. I knew it would work.
Why'd you save me?
Emrat. It's me, Marcel. Nikita fades and there was the heartbeat flying. Are you okay? The one that you saved that he was almost killed. I could fly you back to the harpy. Nikita was never there.
Sure, yeah. What day is it? What time?
The next day? I don't know the time.
How long's it been since I was attacked?
A few hours, maybe about 15. I thought you were dead. I followed you because you saved my life. And then when you came out, I was really surprised.
I'm made of tough stuff. Can you get me back to the harpy?
Yeah. She, her bird legs kind of clamp onto your shoulders. She provides you with some type of shoulder pads because sometimes occasionally they'll travel people places, but their talons are sharp. So it kind of goes on you like a life vest so she can dig into it and then lift you up via it. She tells you, I'm not the fastest flyer, and typically I do this for noble kids for fun, but I'll get you there. It's good to see you alive.
Yep, me too. Wow, this still hurts.
She lifts you off the ground, her wings flapping in the air. She soars down and she tells you, as the wind's hitting your face and you're going literally through clouds of moisture and wetness, kind of waking you up from the state you were previously in. It's almost like you're falling back to that place. You're getting flashes of, you're falling endlessly, but it's not darkness, it's not shadows, it's beauty. It's white, sky blue, peace, salvation, maybe. You're dying. You're reliving it all over again. The history, flashbacks, childhood, child, teen, adult. But eventually you realize you're just kind of going through the clouds as she's actually gliding downwards from you. And in the distance, you can see the Highland Harpy and Soren Phoenix walking inside. And Marcel brings you to the docking where they usually dive from. You are now on the bottom left portion of the map as she releases you. That sight, despite everything that happened, that glide through those clouds down to the Highland Harpy. I won't speak for your character. Visually, it was stunning.
Thanks for the lift.
And Marcel tells you, if you ever need anyone, I'm here for you. You saved my life.
Sure. Yeah. It was my mess. It was the least I could do.
She smiles and retreats back into her den.
And he'll like slowly like limp to the front door if you can make it there.
It's tough, but you're tougher. Let's go ahead and delete this. Mind's eye. So before he walks in, which I'm sure is going to be a conversation stopper, what are the rest of you doing briefly as he's about to arrive?
Phoenix is trying to reattach the head to Jenkins.
Judas is just kind of gathering up a few things and taking the last little sip of the tea and putting it back and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. I'm just gonna run to the bank and the library. But if you need me, just let me know."
All right.
Real quick, above game, Phoenix used to volunteer at the library. I want Phoenix to say hi to so and so, but I don't know what name to call. Would she have known for Ellen? Probably not.
You'd have engaged him. He's the one you want to talk to even get access to the important bits of the library. Probably not a close relationship, but a hi and bye.
Tell Frelyn I said hi.
Frowlin?
Frelyn, yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good. I'll see you all in a little bit.
Oh, if you can, see if there's any books about the Aku family while you're there.
Okay.
Judith, you're seeing ghosts. But you know what? Why don't you walk me through what the hell's going on? Something walks past the door, not all there.
I saw him walk past the door.
Yeah, he was like right here. Yeah, he's like lumbering past the door. Maybe it's a fiction of your imagination.
I will stare at him for a second. I won't say anything.
You gonna let me in or?
Hold on one second, and I just take a quick.
You gonna take a picture?
Bloom, come on.
Yeah. I'm
She
like,
needs proof.
I'm like, whoa.
At least turn the flash
hey.
off.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, there's a zombie here.
What?
You could take care of them easy.
Oh, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell would there be a zombie up there?
I'm not a zombie. If I fucking feel like one, maybe I am. Shit, am I a zombie?
I'll go and try to go and grab you to help you walk, but I'll also kind of touch you to make sure you're real first, and there's pure joy on her face, just doesn't really know exactly what to take from this.
Wait,
I thought you were supposed to be dead, Amrit.
is this a clone?
They are running out of juice if that's the case.
Can I get some water?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yep, it's definitely a clone. The real one would have asked for liquor.
Well, when you
I think that
When
killed
you-
me again.
Laura would have run to the counter and then ran back, but would like kind of pat you a bit, just like touching you for a second, just seeing if you're real before just putting it into your hand and putting her hand on your shoulder. Amrit, is that really you?
In the beaten flesh.
Tell me something only we would know together.
Well, we had a secret word, right? Remember that?
We did. Shit.
It's him.
Great, yeah. Can I get the... Oh, this is tequila. Well, fuck it.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
We were told you were dead. Have you been laying in the streets of Icarus this whole time?
The mountains actually. It's yeah, I was gone.
Why do you smell like barnyard animals?
Oh, you smell like Creed.
Oh, maybe put him in one of the tubs.
The short of it is, well, Nikita set it up to where I'd no longer be on their radar for a while at least. And to do that, she fucking killed me.
Wow, that's complicated.
Yep, it's very believable.
Yes,
How do you know this?
Well, I woke up in the bed.
as most do.
Yes, and in the mountains, there's a guy. I guess he works for the school too. I think he's your guy, Lewis. Said to ask my mother about. I don't know, but apparently Nikita. Yeah, she paid him to bring me back. He had like a weird little doodad. Well, actually, it's pretty big. It was like a tank. And unlike most of the tanks I've been in, it's a good one for actual healing. But yeah, that brought me back.
So you were dead, but only for a short time.
So he told me.
Okay, well, that this kind of saves me one trip at least. Okay, that's good.
Where were you about to go?
I was gonna go to the library just to kind of learn more about, you know, cloning things and stuff like that, and just that's not important now because you're still alive.
Yeah,
Let's get you into a bath, en route.
I can get there myself.
She takes her hands away just to see if you can.
Let's find out.
Con save.
I cannot.
Strength save, yes, given to.
Kind of roll sleight of hand to try and prevent him from eating shit.
Sure.
Can I help because I'm right there?
Sure.
Are you proficient in it?
I mean, technically no, but
Okay, neither are me. Neither am I. I just wanted to check.
Oof.
Yeah, the two of you together easily catch him.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can lean on me.
Fine.
As Emma gets to the bath, Alexia looks to you, Lewis, and she walks over and she goes, "Perhaps it was obvious, but now it's definitive. Seems like Nikita delivered the killing blow. You asked me about Nikita before we came here. Why would you hold such information back? He could have prevented all of this. What if he didn't come back to life?"
Having just seen Amra basically come to life is still in a state of shock, and he eventually registers Alexia's words and just shakes his head. I didn't realize it would come to that, alright? I thought it was more a matter of figuring out just the relationship. I didn't realize that he would end up dying over it. And more importantly, he wanted to try to take care of it himself. I mean, even as a teacher, I don't have the right to take away that chance from him.
There's a difference between holding a secret for someone and holding back information that could have someone get killed, regardless of what you believe your right to be. Sorry, my daughter's like dirty.
No worries.
Alexia looks at you and says, "Information like this is important." She points to her students. Any of them could have been killed. She stabbed Amrad while he was laying in a bed, disabled. That could have been any of them. Those are not the type of secrets you keep out of respect for someone. I wouldn't have even moved on it, but I would have been prepared. That's trust. I promise if there's ever a dagger at your back, you'll be the first to know. But I am happy he's in one piece.
Yeah. Same here.
Gathers up her students. All right, everyone. It seems like the day off has been reverted. There's some cries and complaints, and she thought even though there was a week, you guys had the weekend, she would still give them another day because someone just died. But she tells them, "Get prepared. We've got a special meeting tomorrow with Clamdor. And these students here will have their chance to embrace him as well. But we need to be prepared for his test. We're going to meet the Council of Icarus. And that could open up so many opportunities for us, so many chances to get in the Council's good favors, including the restricted section of the library, to where the oldest rune warriors, the oldest histories of Metal Rain, the oldest history of Mouthers are confined behind key and arcane lock. All of that could be yours for a time. You can show the council you're worth their time and resources. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's horrible that we have to measure up to someone's idea of perfection, to someone's idea of if we're worthy or not. But in any case, the result is that that section is forbidden to people, especially foreigners to the city. You'll be given your chance to earn that in 2 days' time. So today we're going to train hard. Tomorrow we're going to meet with Clamdor, and then we'll meet with the council. You'll be tested and weighed. You're dismissed for now. 1 hour in the city down under.
With the students leaving, I just want to, before Alexia leaves, I just want to ask her, before she walks the door, say, do you have access to this library?
No. The general public have access to the lower levels, but the private sectors are closed from everyone, including Icarus. Including the Fairlands. The Fairlands may be allied to Icarus, but they're still their inner secrets. This is the opportunity for all of us to look behind the veil. But if I don't get the seat, it's fine. I just want my students to have that opportunity, a chance at success here.
Fair enough. Sounds good. Can I insight check her?
Sure.
I'm going to use my advantage from a session recap plan.
You think she's pretty generous? She doesn't seem to have a reason to lie. She hasn't gotten to the restricted section.
That's what, given that Phoenix used to volunteer there, would she know like how often this testing of people's worthiness tends to happen?
Once every 5 or 10 years, and the opportunities are almost exclusively denied access. You don't remember in the last 20, 30 years, maybe longer than you've been alive, where someone's had the opportunity to get into the forbidden section that wasn't a councilman, clamdor, or other higher up individual.
Yeah, and she's been wanting back there for a long time, so while she's over here pretending not to hear I'm Alexia, she most definitely did.
Oh yeah. It's quite special indeed. You see the students complain a little bit. Not Tasha. She turns around. She's clearly the leader of the group, even though Dondo's without a doubt the strongest. Listen up. I don't care that you wanted to spend more time in the bath, Creed, or that you liked looking at the harpy on the floor, Dando. We need to prove ourselves to ourselves first and foremost. If you think you're the strongest, Dando, then whatever test they put before you, crush it. If you want to take a baths, Creed, then get yourself in a position in the world where you have all the money to do whatever you please, including baths. And Quill, well, Quill, I know you're with me. He does a bow. Listen, the other students are catching up to us. We can't allow them to go further. Get your shit. And let's ace this. And they look inspired. Tasha's a great leader for them, and they all go and get their stuff, and they get ready to set out.
That's quite good.
We can move on whenever you guys are ready to do something else. But in the meantime, I see Emerald, you're in the bathroom, and Sora's in there too. You're up there tinkering in the top right, Phoenix. You still heading out, Judith?
Yeah, I can do it later. Now it's like the issue isn't as pressing, and not too keen on the library now. Now it's all just about the bank. But she'll stay back with everybody for now.
Okay, excellent. So Emerald and Sora, the floor is yours for a little bit. Then I'll quickly touch everybody else, and then we can move on with whatever we decide to get into.
Yeah, I'd imagine the sequence of Sora bringing Amrod in here. Is Amrod in the type of mindset and how he is just gonna get into the tub fully clothed?
I think he would he'll start to undress and look back to you is anything else or?
I mean, you wore a transparent cloak around me, Amrod. There's nothing I haven't seen. But here's a towel for your modesty.
Thank you. That's fair. Yeah. And he'll get undressed. I don't need you to bathe me or anything. You know that, right?
I'm just here to make sure your wounds aren't all still open. I have not seen a dead man rise before.
Sure. Well, I guess the big one's the one here on where my fucking heart was or is. And you'll see a big. It would probably look like it's healed over after weeks and weeks, but it's still a big gash, right in his chest. That's probably a darker purple. Kind of raises up the skin a little bit.
Could Sora roll medicine just to see the extent of these wounds?
Sure, why not? There's something unworldly about them. Every injury has some type of black ichor crawling around in it. His veins are pulsing more than usual. It's different. He's still in one piece, that much is certain, but it's strange.
Ah!
Sorry.
I'm kidding. I don't feel a thing.
She slaps you. You feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, just check. This confirms one thing, Amrut.
What?
You have a soul. You are not some empty clone. You are unique. For if you were truly just a copy, nothing, you wouldn't have your own soul.
A soul? What do you mean?
Well, there's you. It is you incarnate. When you die, the soul leaves. You are a living being, same as me. Not some copy.
Sure, but I am a clone.
But that doesn't mean you're not your own person.
I guess I'm not some raging lunatic, I guess. Sure. Not yet,
Sometimes
anyway.
the things you do are a little crazy. But I like that crazy.
Well, it's measured, you know. It's paced. For now.
But sure, Arson.
I mean, you look out for people. Just to make sure I don't turn into that guy, I guess.
I think, yeah, you don't need much help from me, Amrut. You are a good person. And she's gonna just stand up and just smile at you. Your souls went through quite a journey, but it is as I asked. The winds guided you to me again. Let's get you some food and water, and then we have work to do.
Yeah, right behind you. And he'll kind of rub his cheek. As he actually did not feel a thing. And he'll dry himself off.
Uh-oh.
All right, Lewis, doing anything?
For the most part, not too much. Just trying to wrap his head around the idea that, holy shit, he's alive. And just trying to wind down for the morning, or wind himself up for the morning.
Phoenix?
Working on Jenkins. I believe mechanically she's supposed to have a long rest to be able to, quote, create a new one. So I don't know if he's going to be fixed or not.
No, you guys have some time. You know, the Emirate was told by Klandar that he was going to pick you guys up tomorrow, since Emirate literally just came back to life. So you guys, I suppose what I'm asking you, all of you, is what does your characters do today before we get to the good stuff tomorrow? And if that's for you, Phoenix, fixing Jenkins the entire day, that's fine.
Well, she was kind of wanting to stop by and visit Mustafar's family, but given that girl is like following her around, that's not a good idea for her to go do by herself.
All right.
And Sora, throughout most of the day, would be just nursing Amrut, maybe hovering a little too much, but she's just making it very clear she's very happy he has returned, and just making sure he's comfortable and gets what he needs. Eventually, reading, his need for space, she'll head out and begin doing a Tai Chi meditation she has been doing to try and center herself these days.
Sora. You awake? Sora, you awake?
What? Yeah, what? Dondo? What's up?
Now you're doing that thing again when you sit weird and go to sleep instead of getting to bed.
Oh, it's me opening my mind to the universe.
Well, I need some advice.
Okay.
What's a guy gotta do around here to get a girl like the one that's on the floor of the Highland Harpy? You know, you being a girl and all, and my sister, I figured you'd give me some pointers.
Well, your sister has.
All right, it's
captured some
Tasha.
hearts.
I can't stop thinking about Tasha. I don't know what it is. Once she commands us to do stuff, I'm infatuated with her. You just stop asking about it, all right? You forced it out of me. Are you happy?
I am overjoyed for you, Dondo. Tasha is a great woman, very strong. Your sister has captured some hearts in her day. So,
I don't want to hear about all the nasty heart catching stuff. Just tell me how I catch the hearts. Come on, get to the good stuff.
well, first of all, if you are looking at her the way you look at that harpy, then you need to stop.
Why?
Because she will not like it when your eyes are not on her eyes. And you want to do things she likes.
But you tell me that's inappropriate.
Very inappropriate, my brother.
Why doesn't people tell me these things?
Because you end up punching them sometimes.
Actually, all the time, and you're right. I gotta do a different approach.
Tasha responds well to things done well. She wants you to do so well on this exam coming up. You do that, she'll be really impressed with you.
Just hope it's not one of those written exams. I'm screwed, man. I'm screwed. I'm telling you right now.
Slaps him. Get it together, man. This is the woman of your dreams.
Right.
You gonna let some paper get in your way?
You're right. The night before, I'll sneak into the academy, steal the answers, study them with Creed. Creed doesn't look like much, but he's smart.
Dondo, that is no way to win by cheating.
You're right. See, I heard ladies don't like cheaters. I'm just conflicted. Anything for love. And don't tell the others. He like grabs you up by like your collars. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Dondo, it's fine. Secret with me.
All right, cool. Yeah, what do you suppose she thinks about me? Every time I go and do push-ups next to her door, she grunts and closes it. I'm just trying to show her that I stay in shape.
How about you ask her for ice cream? I think maybe that'll give you a better idea.
Ice cream's so cold and it gets everywhere.
For love, Dondo, for love.
For love, I'll do anything. Ice cream, all of a sudden, it's warm. And it doesn't get anywhere. For love. Now, I go back to do that thing you were doing where I thought you were, like, sleeping.
Good luck, Dondo. You will need it.
Oh, there she is now. Hold on, I'll play hard again. Hey, Tasha. You ugly whore, what are you doing? And you see, she, like, shoots an arrow in his direction. He ducks, and he runs off. She just keeps firing arrows at him.
I have my work cut out for me.
I should live with that.
I should have seen it when he was staring at the floor that it was Tasha.
Daniel has been grown literally in the wild. But you know, your story's not so different. So he's very primitive in a lot of ways. But there's a difference between being intentionally toxic and needing to understand how the world actually works. So yes, you have your work cut out for you. But you know Daniel's heart's in the right place.
I will work for it for him.
Excellent, excellent. Full-time job. Keep up with school too. But anyways, anything else of note you want to do today, Sora? This is just kind of your general day before we get to tomorrow.
I think that about sums it up. I don't feel like I should top that.
No. Okay, cool.
I backtrack real quick.
Yeah,
I
sure.
forgot about the quote junk that Frankie gave me. Can Phoenix inspect that and look at it and see if she can figure anything out about it?
How many hours are you willing to commit to it?
If we are staying here all day, probably about 4.
About 4 hours, cool. Because you also need to commit hours to Jenkins too, of course. Sure. So give me 4 investigation checks. If any of them are above 20, you can stay before you do a 4. Oh shit, you close.
Oh
Okay.
damn. Oh,
So
shit.
I mean, you're a genius. Where did I put that hand out? Should be in the relevant, right? Yeah. So you identify the old world junk, and based on whether it's books or scraps or anything you found on the topic of it, you know that this is called a medical gun. Strange title to put together, especially since gun's not really a common term in this age either. But after toying with it a bit, you do discover that if you aim and shoot it at a target, it seems to imbue them with powers. Here's your concern. You haven't actually tested it out because it needs something that you don't know is called a battery, but you know that it's missing its power source. And that its power source is probably going to be expensive to come across. And that photo that's those 2 batteries they're not actually in the suitcase.
Gotcha. My next question was going to be if she could integrate it into Jenkins, so I guess I need a power source first.
Yes, and to that effect, it will take you some time, but you can absolutely do it. But it'll be counting kind of like attunement. That's for 1 part balance and 2 part, you can kind of over time deck him out and switch out stuff.
Yeah.
So excellent. Then of course you commit the rest of the time to Jenkins, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Sweet. And you'll get the proper statistics for this once we actually have the batteries and everything. But in the meantime, thank you very much, Lewis, your entire day. And if you have any scenes you want to walk through or something you want to set up for me, I'm good on the spot.
Lewis, for the most part, after getting himself mostly woken up, after seeing Emerald alive and all, just feels a sense of, how do I put this? A sense of determination just to make sure that nothing like that happens again. And goes about his usual regime of training of taking a couple laps around the facility, push-ups, sit-ups, pretty much any bodyweight training he's capable of. And trying to perfect his sword swings to be as precise as possible and just gain as much muscle memory in his left arm as he can. After all, he's gonna need it.
Excellent. Judith, the entire day, what are you up to?
I'm going to say peace out and kind of get out of there for a little bit. I'm going to go to the bank first.
All right. When you get to the bank, Harry Potter style, it's being operated purely by goblins.
Great. I'll speak in Goblin the whole time I'm there.
Wait, Judith feels goblin?
Yes.
That is awesome. So the goblins are all there, and this isn't a regular thing in this world. They just happen to employ them here. You see that one of the goblins looks at you and he tells you, "How may I help you?"
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Judith Bloom. I'd like to open up an account.
Yes, you have enough for down payment, I assume.
How much is required for payment? I assume I do.
50 gold pieces to hold an account that is new.
Great. I would like to put 1,000 in.
1,000? He takes a double look at you. And he snaps his fingers. And 2 goblins come and they have a box and a lock on it. And he begins jotting stuff down before picking up a massive iron key. Would you like a regular key or an arcane key?
Let's go with the arcane key, please.
The arcane key is a fee of 75, but it allows you to access your bank anywhere in the world.
Interesting. Okay, let me put in 930, and then you said 70 or 75?
75.
Okay. So I'll do 925 in the account, and then the remaining 25 will go for the arcane key, please.
You see him write stuff down. The arcane key can only be used once a day. A security measure, no doubt. You can only have access to half your funds at any given time. Another security measure. But you were to turn it in the air like you would into a lock, and then click. The gold in your bank account will be presented to you. You'll be able to reach in as though it is a bag of holding, a term you may not be familiar with, an extra-dimensional space, and collect as much gold as you need. This is the safest way because only, and he tells you as he puts the key next to you, you can access it. Before you take this key, I need you to firmly grip it so that I can infuse your print onto it.
I put out my left hand and I attune to the key.
All right, yeah. So as you attune to the key, you would see that literally like a energy pulse of your hand is left before it gets absorbed and disappears into the key. He then writes down your name in a book and he goes, "You don't by chance work for the press, do you?"
I do, yes. Judith Bloom, Between the Flames.
Judith Bloom, Between the Flames. Exquisite. Well, Judith Bloom, this arcane key is yours. There are many like it, but this is yours. It is special because though other keys exist, there is only one key that exists for your hands. Here you go. Thank you for banking with us.
I would like to also put in there that besides this arcane key, if something were to happen to me, there's the only other person that would be allowed to withdraw money from my account is a gentleman named Hisnock Timbertoe. He's from the Fairlands, so I just want to make sure that he's on not a will, but you know what I mean.
Hisnock.
Yeah. He also has access to it.
Wait a second. Timber! Come! You see a small goblin lady come around the corner, dressed exquisitely. They all are dressed very, very amazing. This is an upper district bank. The lower district banks are a bit shady. As she comes around, if you're Hesnock's friend, then I believe this is for you. She hands you an envelope.
Huh? Okay. And I'll look at the envelope.
No. You mustn't open it here. Open it when you are alone, somewhere private. You see, that is a vocal message. And it should only be for your ears and those you trust. Not to say that you aren't in good hands here. If it's personal or private, then I don't believe we should be informed.
Yes, most gracious. Well, fantastic. Thank you very much. You all have very fantastic tailoring done. Is there a good clothing shop or even a costume shop? I might be going to a party later where I can maybe pick up a few things.
You can't help but kind of remember your friend, I'd imagine, from Between the Flames. They're dressed as exquisite as him, but maybe a bit better. I don't know. Because when I'm RPing these guys, I thought about that for a second. I was like, hold on. Which reminds me, does that individual know you speak Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just wondering if he talks shit about you in Goblin. All right. Anyways, this banker.
That was probably like something like when I first started working. Like they probably talked shit about me, and then at one point I was just like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" You know.
Jaw drop.
Yeah.
The banker informs you that there is a very good tailor in the city. And he directs you to them and gives you a little map, which also kind of covers the higher up of the capital. And he tells you, is there anything else the bank can do for you?
No, thank you very much. You've been incredible.
And you have been exquisite. Next in line, please.
what's the name of the bank again? I don't say this. I say this out of character, obviously.
Oh, above game. I will put it in chat for you.
Okay. After I get the bank situation taken care of, I'm gonna go to this tailor, but also, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go to the tailor. Whoa, Jesus. Cool, man.
Yeah, and it's like minted silver as they set it in here, and the people are nice, and the gentlemen are wearing suits, and the ladies are wearing dresses and stuff.
Got it.
And as you leave Imperium Final, head out. What else would you like to do? Don't be shy. Everyone's had a lot of time on the floor.
I'm just gonna, walk through the town or the city and get a nice little vibe from it. But I also want to find a nice, like a clothing shop, but also like costume. Just to tell you what I actually want to do is I'm gonna buy stuff Amrut so he can be in disguise, because we have to pretend that he is dead, and we're gonna have this other jabroni walk around with us. So I'm good at disguises. So I want to find like either like a cool hat, something that I think would go well with his color scheme and his whole aesthetic, like a cool cloak or something, and like maybe like a partial like mask or something like that.
Okay, excellent. You'd get to the proper store and the higher ups. When you walk inside, it's pretty empty, but it's also middle of the day. People probably having lunch or getting up. It's getting around. There's a single lady in here. She appears to be an elf. She has long purple hair, and it's, when I say long, I'm talking down to her freaking ankles long. And when she turns around, you can see that she's in a similar kind of vest that the male bankers was in. Looks really official and stuff. She turns to you and she just goes, "How may I help you?"
Hello, my name is Judith Bloom from Between the Flames, and I'm looking to pick up a few items for a friend of mine.
I'm Philela.
What was that?
Philela. You can just call me Ella. It's easier.
Oh, Ella. Perfect. Yes, Ella. So he is about. Actually, nope. I don't. I don't have minor image, but I will. I will describe him. His size, like sizes that I need. Something that's very, very dashing. Something very dashing yet subtle at the same time. If that makes sense.
She walks around the counter and you see that she provides you with a cup of tea and a few sugar cubes and a stir, and then she places the pot next to you. I've got some questions for you. This will all help me make the perfect outfit for your friend, or at least provide the resources so that you may do it.
Of course.
Now, do you have an exact height and weight? It's not required, but it's very important in this line of work.
I think I would know. I wouldn't have like exact like down to the the centimeters or nothing like that, but I would have like a good idea. There's a few size things that I don't exactly know. Like his neck is about yay long. Like I feel like I would have sized him up before. You know what I mean?
Do you have the capability, or you're a capable drawer? If you had a physical reference of the individual, I could work wonders.
Sure. I have a. Yeah, I can draw it.
In the meantime, there's any color schemes you want. She puts a book in front of you and she opens it, and they have little cutout of fabrics on it, and there's just a lot of them from purple. She points to pink. This individual, he's a real man. He'll like pink. What do you think? Does pink look good on him?
Well, he would look good in anything, but I think maybe we'll avoid pink this time.
And she turns the pages to this darker blue, and then the other side there's this turquoise, and then there's also it's almost like an ashen white.
Yeah, I think something that's. I was thinking like a dark blue with maybe like dark blue and black with maybe there's like a little like like goldish trim around. Maybe no gold, just like dark blue and black.
You're gonna
Something
do
very
dark blue and black, and you want to add some color to it. Why not some silver? But looking good on the seams.
yes. Silver is good. We'll stay away from. We don't want it to look too fancy.
Winter coat, or are we talking casual wear?
For the season.
A hat or no hat?
Definitely a hat. Something maybe a little bit, kind of larger, kind of like the those old detective cartoons, graphic novels.
Got a perfect round rim that could pull that off.
Yeah, he does have some horns. So something that I don't know the exact size of the horns, so I might have to make that something I can make that adjustable, or I can just cut while we're there.
Some horns, what race is he?
Oh, tiefling, of course.
Absolutely, I can certainly accommodate that. There'll be more of a narrow hat, kind of look like one of those paper boats people make, but I assure you it will be absolutely delicious.
Fantastic.
Now, will you be paying up front, or would you like to put half down or even 1/4 down? Some type of payment is appropriate in these matters.
Sure. What are we talking on cost-wise?
Well, it depends. Are we looking for the commoners look? Are we looking noble district? Are we looking adventurer type?
Adventurer type, thank you.
Adventurer type is good. It's above commoner, but below the noble districts. I could work that out for you for about 20 gold pieces down payment.
Okay.
I'm providing you with the best stuff. I'm talking when I'm done, the studded leather will be implemented into the adventurer outfit. Will be mwah. She is actually making Emerald +1 studded leather.
Got it. She will. The vibe of this place does seem really nice, right? And
yes, very nice.
All right, I'm not gonna roll to insight because I don't like that part. So I'm just assume I trust her that this is gonna look fucking fantastic. All the stuff on the wall looks pristine and beautiful, and Amra is gonna rock this. So I will say, here, for sure. Here's the 25 up front, and then or 20, sorry, up front, and then I will come by. When's a good time to come by?
I can have this done for you in about a week's time. If you need it sooner, it'll cost you more. I'm not trying to gouge you. And she puts a book over to you, and the book has all the prices extremely detailed, and everything seems to be lined up.
Yeah. Sooner would be great. How about how much for it in a few days?
She walks over to her desk and she looks at how much stuff she has booked. Got quite a few things booked. However, someone canceled on me for tomorrow. I could have it done if I work really hard then, but tomorrow will be twice the down payment.
So 80 total? Or 60 or
40. No, well, it'll be 40 because double the 20.
Okay.
The down payment.
So the down payment would be 40, but how much would it be total?
Oh, for the total, she told you that right now you're looking at a year's installment, so once a month charging. So whatever that is, 20 times 12. And then obviously, since you're doing the expanse, add another 20 on top of that, so 20 times 13. I wish I was good at math. I could tell you the answer to that question.
20 times 13?
Yeah, well, because it's you're paying for it's 12-month installment, but it's also the double for the tomorrow.
All right, so it's 260 gold total for this whole outfit.
Yeah, but it's also +1 magical, which is very, very reasonable for a magical piece of equipment. In fact, it's probably a steal.
Okay. Sure. I'll give her the 40, and then I just know that I'll still owe 220 on it when I pick it up.
So,
Okay.
yeah, she looks at you and she tells you, excellent, I will see you very soon. Oh, and if he wants a haircut, you love her, of course, right? You're doing a lot for this individual.
I'm sorry, my what?
Your lover or just a friend?
No, just a good friend.
Oh, okay.
There's no attraction there.
Sorry.
looking out for each other, you know?
Typically we have wives come in here and do this for their husbands, but it's okay. I'm not judging you. I suppose I should not have guessed. In any
Oh,
case,
it's okay.
if you want a haircut, you could bring him and I can give him a haircut too. And that's included in what you're paying for.
Oh, you know what? I'll think on that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. His hair is probably the best thing about him.
She smiles and gets to work as another customer dings inside. This individual is also an elf. He's got a red kind of silken orange hair. He's dressed exquisite is the word of the night, of course, for the bank and for this place, which is also delicious. She walks over to him and she goes, "Ah, darling Vermilion, come back here. Let me show you something. I've got your stuff prepared. You Pendragons really know how to get around." And she takes him and they go into the back. "Oh, have a good one, Judith."
Oh yes. See you, El. And I'll just kind of note the name and interesting. And I will. I'll walk back to the harpies.
Excellent. And finally, last but not least, Amrut. You can tell me how you spend your day. If it's more than you're in bed all day, I'll be impressed. But it's also up to you. And then we're gonna take a 10-minute break after you walk us through.
Okay, awesome, great. So, he's mainly in bed, I think. But let me actually put him in the fucking bed.
Hello.
He kind of like eyes to when he was in before. It probably has like blood on it. He's like, And I'll go to a different one there. Yeah, so yeah, he's mainly in bed. I think he would eventually leave the bed though. Actually, he'll do this. He's gonna go to Phoenix.
You should be resting.
Yeah, sorry. It's just, I mean, this is kind of my fault, you know.
Oh, please. I put him in dangerous situations all the time. I'm sorry he didn't, help.
I'm pretty sure he tried. I tried to keep him out of it, but I mean, he's got a mind of his own, looks like.
Good. He shouldn't have stayed out of it. And she, actually stops working on him to give you the time of day. That's how you know she's concerned about you. But on the bright side, it's given me some ideas on how I can improve him. He definitely needs some more metal around the neck for them sword slashes.
Sure. I'm also sorry I missed seeing your family.
Oh, yeah. About that. Long story short, my family is screwed. My cousin is dead. I got 2 of them out of town, and now I'm wanted by the town gangster.
Oh.
So yeah, you need to get better because we have some grill ass to kick later on.
Some what?
Grill. His name is Grill. He's this big ogre type Goliath dude with the giant red handprint on his chest, and he wants to fuck me up because I got rid of his next mark. So yeah.
A red hand?
Yeah, paint a handprint on his chest plate.
Can I roll a history check on that?
Better yet, I've got an answer for you.
Ooh, outlaw shit. Let's go.
So, the night chapters worked with Grill before. And you've killed 4 Grill before.
That's what I was looking for.
So go ahead and let that seep in. But the details, we'll keep that a mystery in the minds of the players. I'll DM you what that mission was about later.
Yeah, those are some real cutthroats there. The group he belongs to.
Oh, you you know about it? Dondo said something about the Elm River Watch.
Yeah, that's where they originate from. What is? You said your cousin?
The one that's dead or the one that I had to get out of town?
Oh, I'm assuming they're both tied to that in some way. Guessing you got at least one out, but the other one.
Well, Laszlo was not the most ambitious of sorts, but he was smart enough to stay out of that sphere of influence. He's the one that they kidnapped, tortured, killed. Vidi is the one that never thought much of himself and got caught up in it all, and I got him and my aunt out of town this morning so that he has a chance of surviving. Oh, and then there's the other one, Paz, who's apparently a Sky Knight now, so I'm pretty sure he's on their list too.
Oh, well. You can probably watch his back then. But hey, listen.
He's got company.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep low more than I ever did before, I guess. But when possible, depending on what we're doing, I could help you. We can maybe find these guys. You know, I can ask around.
Well, I don't want to put you in any more danger than you already are, but yeah, I have every intention to pay Grill back for what he did to my family before we leave, if at all possible.
Sure. I'll rest up and you just let me know.
Yeah, go take care of yourself there. I'm glad you're all right.
Thanks. And he'll limp back to his bed.
Emma, when you're walking back to your bed, it's raining. And I know it's weird because you're indoor, but it's raining on you. You're in the city somewhere. Maybe you're in a forest. Maybe you're on the ground. Maybe you're in a tower. Maybe you're in someone's house. Maybe in your house. Maybe at night chapter. I don't know where the fuck you are. All I know is that you are experiencing your very first kill. But I don't want to give you pressure to think of that on the spot. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break, and when we get back, we're going to hear about your very first kill as you are reliving it in your mind, as you're still trapped between life and death, and your body is still very much recovering. See you all 10 minutes.
All right.
Yahoo!
God damn it, Vermilion.
Yeah!
I'm glad it happened because I was about to leave because I had to pee and I would have missed my fucking spot. So, so yeah, I'll be right back.
Why is he still alive?
Who is it?
It could be something else, but Vermilion Pendragon Jaeger, big deal. That was the dude that was able to at one point steal rune abilities from people.
I think we also mentioned his name when we were, whatchamacall, during one of our talks with Mistafar.
Also, the father of my previous campaign's character, or not father, but yeah, no father.
I forget, did Wednesday kill him? I know Tuesday for sure did, but...
Wednesday didn't.
Ah, okay. That's probably why he's alive.
Yeah. It was kind of
He is
ambiguous. So, she definitely saw him during the festival then, I think.
Uh-huh.
So what's the game plan here this time?
To get some fancy-ass clothes, that's what.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm
Gotta
gonna
get
grab
that
some
drip
food. Be
before
right
you
back.
enter the world. Claudia went to get food.
Yeah, while I was doing it, I was like, oh yeah, I probably should have thought about this a bit more. But also, I didn't want to, like, you know, like want to like let Amra also have like some say in what this thing's gonna look like.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, like just gonna look cool. Then all right, average. Up to you now, bro.
I need some adventurer's gear. Could you be a little bit more descriptive? No.
No.
Just describes it as like a fully hot pink suit or something.
Yeah.
Probably for the best that it wasn't, considering the context. All right, BRB.
Yeah.
We'll go 2070 in between. So we've got 4 minutes. We'll start back up.
Got it.
I will. And coffee's always risky at this time of night. Let's see if I got some decaf. I'll be back.
Isn't it like 10:30?
Let him have his fun.
Yeah.
The fact that Vermilion is alive makes me worry for Sir Sadis.
Oh, yeah. Feel we gotta swap up the timeline slightly.
No, I'm just
We'll make
wondering
slight
if something's
adjustments.
happened to him. It's
Possibly.
I'm
Not
very
safe.
worried.
Yeah. Assuming we find him or learn about him some way.
Depends if we get all that knowledge, maybe we'll find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope we win, but I am not great at the books.
What to say?
Phoenix is torn. She's very much I don't have to prove myself to anybody mindset, but at the same time, she's been wanting in that back room of the library for a good 30 years.
Toto.
Bart?
Dudley, Dudley. Dudley, do.
It took me a brief second to get where you're going from.
Dudley. Dudley.
Where's the brick?
Oh, blah. Don't ask me why that just came to my mind right before I jumped back on.
You were hungry and thinking of the Krabby Patty formula.
You know, you can Google the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Oh.
Nice try, Plankton.
I'll get you next time, Crabs.
The man is able to create a sentient robot AI, yet he can't access the internet.
Yo. You know that shit got leaked, just like the cane sauce formula.
The what?
The cane sauce. So there's a restaurant called Cane's. They're like a bootleg Chick-fil-A. And they have cane sauce for their chicken sandwiches. And some guy got fired and he typed out what the formula was for their cane sauce on Twitter.
Oh.
And it's really just like Thousand Islands. It's basically kind of like how the Big Mac sauce is really just like Thousand Island and like some other shit. Like Thousand Islands, ketchup, and like a little bit of vinegar or some shit like that. It's basically like super basic.
Huh.
At least it wasn't
But it's-
pink sauce.
Yeah, but it's still funny. Like you're just that funny. That you leak something that you probably like signed a waiver not to like put out there.
Yeah.
I only learned recently about that pink sauce debacle. Just shipping people botulism in a
God.
bottle.
Please no.
Hypothetically. It's all hypothetical, okay?
I wish it were true.
All right. Let's see if everybody's back. Average.
Yep.
Bizian.
Hello.
Big.
Yes.
Cloudy.
One day Dondo will get a date.
Soccer.
Here.
Poor Dondo. A bad Dondo, actually. Dondo.
Poor Sora.
My ribs say otherwise.
All right, bad Dondo again. All right, in any case, I'm happy we're back. Let me just back. Oh, did I not take this off the screen? Oh, all right. So before I kind of jump the gun on tomorrow, is there anything else you guys wanted to do today before we get to eating the fateful clam door?
We had Amaret running through his first kill, right?
Oh shit! I almost forgot about that. Sorry.
Make sure.
For some reason, I was like, yeah, we did that. So actually, so Amaret, you'll take us in tomorrow. I hope you got. Well, what kind of music we looking for here? You want something sinister, something in the middle?
We can go with Sinister, sure.
Very good. And the floor, I should probably put the stream back onto. There we go. Okay. The floor is yours.
Sure. Okay, so let's do it like this, guys. So I would say in the city, much like Icarus, maybe this could still be Icarus, maybe it'd be somewhere else. But I say a well-off man will open the door to his office. There's no light. It's nighttime. He'll close the door, lock it, just walk over to his desk, and he'll light a match, then light his 2 candles on his desk there. And once he lights them, he will see a man sitting across from him in the seat in front of his desk. A much younger man, long, like a white, grayish hair, white markings on his face, purple skin, red eyes, just casually sitting there in front of him. And he'll kind of like, oh, gets kind of startled. Good evening.
Who are you? What are you doing?
You know, just taking a stroll.
I guess you should be on your way then.
I will. But first, kind of got a job to do.
And perhaps I should get out of your way then.
It's a bit too late for that. See, if you had done your job, I wouldn't be sitting across from you right now. You're supposed to do something for some very important people, and you failed to do that.
I'll do it.
Why?
I'll do it right now.
Mr. Alfred, sorry. It's a bit too late for that now.
Please. I have family. 3 little girls. 3.
I know. I also know you have one of those fancy little flintlocks in the drawer. Go ahead. Get it out.
That scum!
And he'll like click it over and over and over again. See, if I already know if it's in there, then he takes out he takes his hand out, like drops all the bullets like at his feet. And it will slowly like stand up. No.
No, maybe we could talk. I have money. You owe people more for money. You could pay.
Money's of no consequence. What we need are reliable people. And you're no longer on that list, are you?
And he'll take out his dagger.
He falls to the ground and he's trying. And he plays pool of his own tears and other substances, and he looks at you and he just goes, "But my kids will be all right, yes? Yes."
Of course. They'll never know the circumstances either of who their father was. Just relax. Close your eyes.
And he'll put like his knife to his neck.
Oh, fine, but
And he'll slowly do the job. And as he's like kneeling down and he finishes it, and he like wipes the blade on a cloth, he'll like turn like his head, and just under that desk, you'll see like a small little girl. And he'll freeze.
don't kill me. Please.
And just those words will just echo in his mind over and over and over again. And then he'll be back where he is in the present.
Excellent. As you return to the present, well, that bed is looking mighty comfortable right now.
I think Lewis will like hear him kind of like wobble across this table here.
Noticing Emmerich just kind of off his feet, just like steps out of the chair and just like extends his arm. Need a hand.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Please, it's the least I could do.
What, because you weren't there?
His eyes just like visibly show reaction for a moment, but he just starts moving forward, just helping you move along.
It's not on you. It's not on anyone.
Maybe.
Don't want you thinking I blame any of you for what happened. Thinking of could-haves or would-haves or should-haves. I know you got your demons. Don't let me be one of them.
Don't worry, you're not. I want to do more so that way this doesn't happen again. That's all.
Well, can't save them all, Noel. Even those closest, believe me, I know. But sometimes, guess they'll save you.
He's about to just like draw the curtain and just let Emmerich rest before he pauses for a moment and looks back inside. You're the real one, right?
You mean, am I the clone or not?
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't give two shits if you're the clone. You're the one we knew. As far as I'm concerned, you are the real one.
I appreciate that. means a lot.
Get some rest. And draws the curtain.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right. And your eyes would eventually shut, whether that's now or 10 hours from now. Unless someone stops me. Walking through a long rest. Oh, Judith, if you got something, sure.
Can I listen to what Hezlock sent me?
Oh, yeah, it's very important too. Another thing I could have swore that I did. God, what's going on with me?
So many stuff to do.
Yeah, that's probably it. Where are you reading this? Just to set the scene for me.
I have to, I'd want to be kind of far away from everybody. And I don't know what's the deal with these, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of like
hammocks and stuff, or
not the hammocks. Like if all the harpies and stuff are there, I probably wouldn't go over there. I'd probably like off this map. I'm going off the map.
Okay.
In like a place, if there's like an opening, like a glade or something.
Yeah, you would. There's a lot of sites for people who want to just look at the clouds and stuff. So you could walk to any of those sites and at some point be alone.
Yeah.
So when you're by yourself at one of these hanging overviews and you begin to open the letter, the moment you open it, a sweet perfume spills out of it. Very, very pleasant. It's strong, but not overpowering. And as the perfume picks up from the letter, little lights shoot out of it and pop in the sky. Tiny fireworks. Not loud enough that it would draw people far away's attention, but depending on how dark it is, some people might see it.
Yeah, I think like sunset or something.
It's a sunset and you're getting faint like fireworks going off. And as Narcus tells you as the vocal message picks up, Judith Bloom, world's greatest detective and reporter, in the city of Icarus, given the opportunity to see the Forbidden Library. Such an exquisite position. That word you'll hear a lot. It seems to be a favor of the higher-ups in that location. I want you to know that I'm very proud of you, and that if you need me or anything, I will find a way to get there in a moment's time. I've been thinking about you a lot lately, and I thought I'd leave a piece of me there with you. Just in case you lose the first one, I've sent you a second, so that you may document to your heart's extent. Your friend, H. You see that there's another one of those quills.
There's another order's quill?
Yes, and when you touch it, I'm assuming eventually you'll pull it out the package.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you kind of level it to the other one to see if they're exact, or do you just kind of stow it away?
Yeah, I would look at it. The first one had like that big, beautiful red feather on it, and I would just kind of see are they the same?
You pull them out and they look identical, except having them side by side, which I'll thank you, I might add, they combine. And when they do, you notice something insane about it. The feathers kind of fletch together and the point looks even sharper. But more importantly, it's what it provides you as you instantly realize the magic at work here. It increases something you've loved and something Hez knows you love. As long as you have this on your person, it's momentum, requiring no attunement, you will be able to use Photographia as a bonus action from here on out. That is the gift Hesnok gave to the person he loves like a sister.
Judith is like, like dumbfounded, speechless, and just has like a massive smile on her face, and she just thinks back to her friend and guardian Heznak, and she'll just think like, wow, this is going to come in handy, I'm sure. And then she'll just kind of she's not an artist or nothing like that. She's not, like Sora or nothing like that as far as like drawing, but she will use the new orders quill to just kind of like doodle some words and like draw some of like clouds in the sky and stuff like that. Just to kind of live in the moment there.
Oh, you're skywriting?
No. Just no. Just simple. Something like no magic, no rune stuff, nothing crazy, just a little moment that she'll have, and then she'll head back.
Excellent. Is there anything else?
When she gets back, it's locked out. I'm locked out. Oh nope,
There you go.
If everyone was still awake, then no, she would just go and join everybody, and that'd be it.
Excellent. And as the night comes to an end, we've got New Jenkins repaired, Emirates at most of his strength. Gets have a long rest and can use hit dice. So hopefully you got some meditation. And Lewis, you don't wake up the next day with that draconic arm again. Maybe to your relief, maybe to your curiosity. I don't know. But the next day is here, and you can hear the tapping of a foot at the door. Come on, everybody, wake up! Wake up, everyone! It's your teacher, Clamdor. Clamdor is here.
Here we fucking go.
I both miss that sound and still dread it just as much.
Oh, so these are my soon-to-be students. The name's Clamdor, Clamdor, engineer.
Hi, Clamdor. I'm Judith Bloom, Between the Flames. I'll put my hand out for a shake.
We don't shake around here, we give hugs. Come on in, bring it in. Come on now.
Okay, sure.
All right, excellent. So, like I said, the name's Clamdor. You want to know more stuff about me? Ask your parents. That don't quite sound right. Ask your parents. In any case, I will be your instructor while you're here on this mini testing fields in Icarus. I will teach you how to further the use of modern and futuristic technology, a term you may not be familiar with. You could think of it like magic items, but stuff that's not magical that does magical things. I will teach you how to enhance your combat prowess. I will teach you about the old war of Elder Earth, a war called Metal Rain. When we're together, you'll see amazing things. Artifacts from an old era, rune warriors of the modern state, histories of Icarus, the fall of Icarus, I might add, if you're not familiar. This entire place was destroyed once. Pretty much, I'm here to get you to that next level and elevate you. But first, before I can do any of that, now I do mean any of that, I have to prove to the council you will be worth every expense that I can be afforded by them. That is your chance to show this city that you are not just another set of rune warriors. You are not a statistic. 1 out of every 100 people nowadays are rune warrior. So you know what that means? It means people think you're not special anymore. We're going to show them you're special. Now, I've done a lot of talking my day, and I'm going to do a lot of talking. That much is for sure. What can I say? I'm an engineer. Any questions, student, before we get on our way?
Yeah, is it really safe for me to be going out there right now, or should I just hang back?
Oh no, you're gonna be good to go. We're gonna keep you in the eyes of the council. Prove your worth. But you should just lay low for now. For those of you who don't know, your dear friend is here because I brought him back from the dead. And if you want to know how to do that, then pay attention. Look at you, you've already got a quill. Except Judith's is Judith's quill like floating right now? Are you holding it? What's going on there?
Oh no, it would be like on my jacket.
Is that a dagger? He points to the quill.
No, it's my quill.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll go through each and every one of you. Please introduce yourself to me. Maybe I know you already. He winks at Lewis. Maybe I don't. He winks at Sora. But in any case, we should get to know each other. Like I said, the name's Clandor. That's E. Clandor, engineer. So he starts from top down, which is pretty orderly. You there in the back with the rainbow-colored hair. You seem awfully familiar.
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Excellent, excellent. And that yapping Chad next to you?
Mine.
We're off to a good start. Good start. Yep. Real talkative bunch we've got here. Excellent, 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 excellent. No top down, left, right. That's the drill. You know how it's done. How about you there, horn fella? I know I got to meet you already.
Yeah, I'm the same guy. I'm Amaranth.
Emerald. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I wasn't sure that was your name. I thought it was Rut or Rudy. And how about you, stranger I've never met before? He extends his hand out to shake Lewis's metal hand.
Lewis kind of just like rolls his eyes, and for the first time in a little while since you've seen him, he just like gives a slight smirk. Lewis, nice to see you again. And just gives him the good old shake.
And he shakes your hand. To your surprise, your arm falls off. Tricks of the trade, young man. Tricks of the trade. He inspects it. This thing looks god awful. Nothing we can do about it right now.
I thought the button was, and he kind of just like looks over his shoulder, like toward the back of it. It's like, how the hell?
Oh, don't you worry about that. And you see that there's like 5 beams of light on his fingertips. And then they all focus into his palm. And he seems to be like dismantling it briefly, looking through it. And he attaches it back to your arm. Now, there you go. Gives you a slap on the metal wrist. And then he looks at Sora and you, young lady. Sir?
I was muted. Natalie, I am Sora from the Turtle Islands. Thank you for giving my friend back to me.
Excellent, excellent, excellent indeed. Don't worry about it. Let's just say paid a good price to have the man come back to life. And I'll pay it again. Well, I mean, I can't afford it. But anyways. And finally, the first person I met here, he looks to Judith.
Yep, Judith Bloom.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to take you to the Arcane College. Not sure why it's called that when it's all technical stuff. Not much magical stuff. I know I built the place. When we get there, these individuals are going to weigh you, judge you, evaluate your worth. I know it sounds disgusting, but it is necessary in order to get their resources. These people will look for any excuse to say that you're flawed, you're not good enough. And if that's a problem for you, tell me now. We'll skip that part and I'll just teach you the bare minimum. But if you're willing to take that chance and put your neck out there like I am willing to do for you, then let's get on with this show, shall we? What say you? Are we willing to take the test of the council? Or do we want to just go straight to my laboratory and I'll just teach you the basics? The basics, by the way, will still get you a long way in life. Don't be afraid not to take the shot.
The basics may get us far in life, but it will not get us past Palm. We need every resource we have at our disposal. So I welcome this challenge.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And it seems like you have a bit of an artificer in your group already. Of course, I call them engineers. Looks to Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't want that title, thank you.
But do you want to take the test?
Not really, but I'll do whatever I gotta.
He elbows Lewis with surprising speed. He zips over and elbows her. Ah, tough crowd, huh? Maybe it's to start pulling out the dad jokes. Oh man, ladies love the dad jokes. All right, let's get a move on. A lot of things to see, a lot of things to do.
As everyone's walking out, I'll just kind of say to, I guess Phoenix, if she's there, I'm like, this guy is awesome. I don't know why you have a thing for him.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so as you guys travel with him, eventually he brings you to the Arcane College. And I will move you guys there now. So when you get to the building, it's not quite as high as Clandor's location because it's at the top of the hill, or the kingdom, but it's up there. It's really close. It sits just shy of his facility. It's actually beyond the Arcane College. But when you get there, the floor, even the floor itself, what's the word of the night? Exquisite.
Hypothetical.
Low. But when we get there, you can judge it for yourself. Go ahead and do that. Let me know you guys had vision on this map or not.
I think I do in this corner. Yo.
Yeah.
Now, this is a mysterious place, but a good place. Come inside, be careful. The place is going to be pretty empty today. We've removed everyone for your evaluation. Come inside, come inside. He looks at the Sky Knights and he kind of waves them off. So, if you get accepted into my course, we'll be studying here in these very seats you see in this room. I'll be up there because that's what the teacher is. And behind us, no pressure, if you're submitted to the academy for your short-term, extensive, in-depth examination and school scholarings of progression for the future of mankind, which should really just be called peoplekind, then you'll fit in good here. If that's too many words for you, then I'm afraid this course is going to be too difficult. Behind us at all times, at least one council member will be watching us during the class. Not talking to us, watching us for a proper evaluation. And at the end of our short class, should you impress them today, you'll be given access to the Forbidden Library for 1 hour. That is one more hour than 99.999% of the entire world ever gets. So in any case, today you don't need to take your seats. This is if you get integrated into the academy. Hope you like the place. I built it myself. Let's go up the stairs.
Oh shit.
Phoenix is like the last one up.
Walking through, immediately you get upstairs, you get into a library, a private library. And this is actually, this Arcane College is where the old library was. And when you go up there, you see a librarian is looking at a few of you. As I slowly bring the rest of you upstairs. The librarian turns to each of you and he just goes, "Welcome to the Arcane College, the old library of Icarus itself. I am the library head of information, Pharrellin."
Phoenix lifts her hand up to like her head height, then does a little finger wiggle wave and smiles at him.
It's good to see you, young Phoenix. I do hope you do good in your examination today.
Thank you, it's good to see you too.
And Andor says, "How's the Vanguard? Pharrellin, keeping up with old times?" Yes, that Orcus lady's milk is absolutely to die for. She looks at Emerald and tells you, "Well, you can find your location. You must be requested to the north. just around the bookcases. Please be very careful. History, knowledge, truth. Beautiful words that find purchase here. He directs you guys to go this way. Flamdor kind of like looks at all of you and he points. There it is. The old library is actually where they keep the forbidden section. Just beyond that door. Don't touch the door. It'll set off an alarm. I know, because I hadn't tell you this, but I built this place. The name's Clamdor, by the way. E. Clamdor, engineer. He looks to the marshal. They just have some security here today. Marshal Mao just kind of looks back and nods. Her eyes kind of lighted when she sees Emerald, but she didn't say shit. He was like, what?
He just gives it like a wink. And like a shush.
It's a smirk, but it's a serious smirk. Like, it's still like the resting bee face, but smiling at you. All right, just up this final set of stairs. Now, when we get to the top, you're going to be presented before the council. They may have some questions, they may not. At the end of the day, they're going to see you for several things, or intellectual properties. That's a term. We're still working on it. It might not be a final term. In any case, they're going to see how smart you are, how strong you are, how willing you are. And of course, they're going to see if you are a decent person for classified information. Are there any questions about the council, about what we're going to be doing before we step up these stairs?
What kind of tests are these? Like how, like, are they all different? Like, for strength, they're gonna have us try to pick something up, or anything that we can have an idea of?
You see, the council is set in their ways. Ever since Icarus was destroyed by what is called a tactical nuclear weapon, device used to level the entire place, more powerful than Ninth Arcana. They believe that the metal rain is going to return one day. We're talking about the Mouthers, and they ain't stopped talking about metal rain. Metal rain this, metal rain that. So today, they had me bring in a few pieces from Metal Rain. We're going to see how you handle physical threats from the past. In the arcane room that they're in, it is impossible for you all to die. I do say mostly impossible. If the arcane function is somehow disabled or destroyed, you can die. You can think of it as a training room, but it's also somewhere that if they were to get attacked, they'll survive. So yes, Metal Rain combat. That's what we'll call it.
Another question.
Go on now.
Define decent.
Well, they're going to make sure your heart's in the right place. They don't care much for your history. They care about the man standing before them today and what that man will do with the information provided to him in a court of law. I mean, in this house. Sorry, I'm just so procedural.
All right.
Excellent question. Any more questions before we go upstairs? Trust me, once we're upstairs, you're gonna get grilled. You're gonna get judged. It's not gonna feel good, but remember, you need them, they don't need you. But that's what you want to show them. They do need you. And that's how you're gonna get access to the private libraries. And I'm gonna get the funds to teach you all the cool shit.
Ah, there it is. Sounds good.
Last roll call. Any questions? Going once. Going twice. So, to somebody's mother they can ask me about later. Let's go. And you guys are brought upstairs. Movie guess I can bring you all in one go. Jenkins is already in the room. So as you guys get around this corner, Clamdor walks in first and he just goes, Councilmen, council ladies, council people, General Zebulon, I present to you the future Rune Warriors classified studies. And might I add, the future of all Rune Warriors. Trust me, I've got a good feeling with this. He takes a step to the left and he kind of like ushers you guys in to line up in a row here.
I push Lewis in first.
Don't take a seat. Don't take a seat. Just line up. Those are councilman chairs. Not even a general sitting down. You notice that? Come on, come in. Quickly, come on.
Yeah.
Lewis takes a parade rest.
One line. You too, Jenkins. Get over there. That's a good name, Jenkins. Always got big bones. All right. Council of Icarus, I present to you the future of our land of heroes to replace the heroes of old. And to all of you, I introduce to you Councilman Snarbell, ferocious warrior, retired rune warrior, and courageous leader, overseeing the Sky Knights, of course, aiding the efforts of the general herself, Zebulon. Then we have C. Illidan, the only one on the current council board to survive going into the mouth that feeds. Then there is the director. I suppose, is this appropriate, director? By all means. A creature who came down from the stars, really familiar with our enemies of old. And then C. Benkar, the oldest member of the council. Benkar looks at you. It's good to have you all here today. You've been told you'll be judged. But understand this, a lot of people want the position you're in, and everyone can't get it. It's not a matter of us weighing you because we don't think you're good enough. This information that we have is important, vital, and it cannot be in the hands of everyone. The people we choose must be the best, and that has requirements. Finally, our loving head chairman, C. Quindris. Welcome, students of the Fairlands. I am Councilman Quindris. From my understanding, you are interested in getting access to the forbidden knowledge of the secret library. Can you tell me today what you think you bring to the table for not only Icarus, but the world, and why you should have both dangerous and important information vital to the success and, for why we guard it, the downfall of cities just like Icarus in but a few pages. Please, you may speak freely, but only one at a time. They all lean back in their chairs and listen intently for the first question.
Oh boy, who wants to take that?
Phoenix will raise her hand.
Speak freely.
From a young age, I volunteered down below on the first level of the library. I've always been one interested in knowledge just for the sake of it. I mean, having fundamental knowledge of the world is seductive to me. When one has knowledge, they are better equipped to make decisions that will undoubtedly affect others, whether they like it, intend it, or not. And I've spent my life without the help of others who should have been helping, but I've spent my life being self-taught. And I am very curious to see what is up here.
Snarbell talks. Yes, information does equip people with the knowledge they need. But not everyone can be given knowledge freely. Hidden in the library. Secret section. Details a specific point in the capital of Icarus' history that if destroyed will sink the entire city into the ocean below. That is not something that can grace the eyes of everyone who walks into the building.
Agreed.
That is why today you are being weighed and tried. The others will tell you you are not being judged for nothing. But I will tell you are being judged for everything. And to that effect, we will get to the bottom Rather, you're the eyes that will see something like the weakness of Icarus, all the way to where the obelisk of old rest, a creature so powerful it could disintegrate you with its eyes alone. That is what we offer, and it is what many have tried to claim. So next I propose a question. In your times dealing with the Mouthers, she looks at Illidan, have you managed to slay any, and to which is their name?
He's just asking the whole group, right?
Yes, he's referring to the entire group for just kind of see how much experience you have. Have you fought our old enemies?
Yes, we have fought a Mouther or two. In fact, Judith here, Phoenix kind of points out, even has photographic proof of some of them.
Yep.
The director goes, a practitioner of photography, or are you an artist?
No, it's kind of a standard thing at Between the Flames.
In the flames. Now, that brings up something else, a matter of concern. You do realize that if you're given access to the secret library, you'd be forbidden from making your own copies of the documents there within.
Forbidden from making my own copies.
Precisely. The information is retained to your eyes and your brain. The raw information cannot be provided or extended to others. This access is granted for you alone.
I got it.
Illidan looks at the floor. Great. We've gotten through all of that stuff. How much do you know of Metal Rain? How studied and versed are you in its history and what it means to the world?
Sora will speak up. Not only Illidan, I am Sora from the Turtle Islands. I have spent all of my life riding on the back of Tango Terra. Information of the world very limited. The monks there mostly taught spiritual meanings to things. I've been learning everything so quickly, and it is a desire of mine to protect the friends and loved ones I have made since coming to your lands. So I must learn about Metal Rain more, for I do not know very much, other than Palm herself was a huge part of it. And I must learn about it if I am to face her.
Who are you planning to face?
There are many faces to face. One that killed my entire clan, and Palm, the one that will come for us all within a short amount of time.
He stands up. And how do you know that Palm's threats are founded? What if it's all a hoax and in 1 year they not only do they not attack, but they have their force is dramatically smaller if they do? Are you not concerned about the invaders that are tried and true? Others have always disrupted things on a smaller scale. But the metal people of Metal Rain nearly destroyed the world in this short span of a few months and short years. They're questioning whether Palm's threat is true and that we should be prepared for Metal Rain. That's the real problem.
It's a very tough gamble to make when someone who controls that much power and can control Mouthers themselves has made it known multiple times what her plans are. If we were to stay idle by, then it would, if it happened or it didn't happen, it'd be better to be prepared and let people know what's happening, so we can have a chance. That's all people really need, is at least a chance.
Let me ask you this. Is it just another story for you, Judith Bloom?
Which part?
The library.
No, because like any good library, there's millions of stories, I'm sure, that have never been told before, or it's not just about the story. I'm a very curious individual, and when it comes to learning more about either the past histories of the world, or about deities, or about different magics, like I'm always open to listening and being open to what they may bring. But when it comes to, I'll be honest, when it comes to protecting people and things of that sort, my allegiances really lie with the general population, not necessarily a specific person like my friend Sora there, or it's more of making sure that if there's another catastrophe that happens, then less civilians lose their life.
That is a good answer, Miss Quinris. You are about to speak. Looks they all five of them shift their attention to Emmerich.
Oh, hey, yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I don't know, I mean, the way I see it, I mean, palm, her fingers on the button, you know? It came out of her mouth. I mean, have the stars told you any differently versus that, or? I mean, let me put it like this. If it turns out that it's just a farce, a bluff, I mean, lucky us, right? But if we don't prepare, and it's exactly what she says, then what? We're the front line, the first defense.
I've been inside the mouth that feeds, and I could assure you that the prison is well kept. I toyed with the entrance, seeing how mouths interact with being unable to access leaving. I noticed that no matter how powerful they were, whether they were tier 1 as we classify them, all the way up to the maximum tier 6, were unable to leave the facility. Now, Palm thinks she could bring an entire army of them out in a year's time. It's unprecedented. It's dumbfounding. Now, you may have heard about Palm and her problems and her threats, and you may think, what's the harm of being prepared for such an attack? And I shall tell you. When we bring all of our forces to the Fairlands, being Icarus, the super kingdom of this world, you will take 90% of our defenses away. And there are many threats in this world, both known and unknown, that will see that opportunity and can strike us down. That is our concern.
Wait, but hold on. I mean, from your day, this place was a prison with an actual warden. This isn't the same person. She's a general, the way she sees it, a commander. Whoever was before her wanted to keep these things in. She wants them out. That's different. If she musters up the strength, she'll do it. Whatever you people did to her before, as far as she sees it, she means it. We've seen her twice now. She means business.
Palm's history is documented well in the secret library. Some of the things you'll experience that she's done, both good and bad in the world, horrific and great. Sometimes the horrific is the great. It may be hard to perceive when foulness can move worlds and progress, but it is the truth nonetheless. We're not underestimating Palm. We just want to know if she's diverting our attention elsewhere, and what her relation is to Metal Rain in the modern time, not what she fought back then. People will not tell you this, or maybe they will, it's no secret. Palm was once a hero. After the fine details and the fall, that is for the people of the secret room alone. We're going to give you invitation to this room. Make sure we're not making a mistake. And Quinris says, In any case, your physical capabilities are truly important to us. We're going to bring you aboard into the elite classes and provide Clamder with the budget he's requesting of us, 10,000 gold pieces, in order to do a 2 weeks course for 2 classes. That is a massive sum, even for the council to fund a 2-week expenditure on that level. We're going to present you with a few options, give you some time to strategize, and then you will engage the threats of old, the threats of Meadow Rain. And Primrose stands up and he goes, "We've heard enough. Let's see what they can do. And if they prove to be worth the time of the table versus the other applicants, we'll resume this conversation. Meantime, Glamdor, have you brought the material needed?" You bet Keister I did. And you see them walk into the back, and he goes, Clemner says, "Now listen, there's going to be 3 difficulties. You're going to get the left, you're going to get the right, you're going to get the front. In any case, we'll see what you got soon. We'll be behind here. We'll see you. You won't see us."
Does anyone else have that ominous spine chill before something bad happens?
I don't even want this shit no more. People out there in the city are suffering. The goons are running the damn place, and these people are all up here in their tower worried about a book.
It's a very alien concept to me to keep information from other people. We shared it freely among our people on the island.
Hearing Phoenix say what she said, Druth kind of like raises a surprised eyebrow in a way.
While you're talking, the table gets dropped into the floor. The lights get cut in place of flames. An arcane sigil designed to keep you alive forms, and threats from Meadow Rain pour to the left, to the right, and to the front. A decision to be had to which group shall we fight. Varying difficulties from what is some could consider easy, others will consider extremely hard. To the right of you, series of what are called sentries. To the left of you, a series of what are called rocks. The south, a series of enforcers.
Real quick question. Phoenix had seen a disabled proc before they left for Icarus. Do the ones on the left look similar?
Yeah, they look very similar. Not the same though, I'll add, but very similar. These have been slightly modified and remade by Clemner. But ultimately, they look almost, I'd say, 9 out of 10 likeness. Presented to you tonight, not the conflict itself, because it's late. Decision to be made. Easy, medium, hard.
Phoenix votes hard.
Agreed.
Do we want to impress or do we want to survive? Which one are we doing?
They won't give us the information if we don't impress.
We managed to beat Escalade. We can do that, we can do this.
But maybe going straight in for the hardest would make us seem prideful and brash.
Maybe that is the behavior to reflect.
We'll look capable, I'll say that much.
We need to mean business of what we say, to show we are able to face the threat within even less than a year's time now.
Yeah, we kind of talked a lot of shit back there, so yeah.
So we have to own up to our words now.
Well,
Gonna make for a great story.
I'm gonna die again today, so let's get to it.
And as you say that, You see that the ones to the south turn on and slowly activate. Their dormant light in the center of the slit illuminates. They immediately produce a weapon seemingly out of nowhere, some type of rifle. So I'm not sure you really know what it is. They begin marching forward. They eliminate the threat. Death to Elder Earth. That's where the session ends.
Ugh.
Kill the air.
Lloyd.
Excellent. I will see you all in 30 seconds. Roll credits.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.